for leadership to be sustainable, it needs to have the following. Number one, the leader must be commanding. Being able to set a goal, being able to enforce discipline, being able to direct a path, a vision, and that there is a plan. Command is a level of respect. It's also a healthy amount of fear that I know that if I do this, there are consequences. I know that my leader entrusts that all of us are going to get the job done because we're all contributors to a certain vision aligned in the future. First level is command. The second is equipping. This is the managerial portion of a leader. Equipping meaning providing the needs and the wants of the employee or the recruit if you happen to be a business owner, right? And that includes, are you compensating your people just at par with what the industry is offering? Are you training and upscaling them? For example, you keep on giving them so many projects and tasks, but they don't even know how to use the software because you did not even invest in a training session on how they can use that software. It's kind of unfair for leaders to expect so much from their people, and yet they do not invest in them. This also includes, for example, being exposed to the rest of the world, to the upper management, to their other colleagues, being exposed to more learning that may not only be about their corporate life, but their personal growth. The third is equipping. Sorry, the second is equipping. The third one, which I think is missing for many of us, and I think this is the trickiest part, could you please type in the chat box, what do you think is the third element? Could you please type? So there's command. You have to be commanding. You have to be equipping. What's the third one, right? I'm looking at the chat box. All right, so someone says, and I'll give you a clue. Leaders are cheerleaders. You're not just there to command. You're not just there to equip. You're there to push. You're there to motivate. You're there to influence. You are there to take care of the emotional and mental well-being of your teams. So I think a lot of you guys captured it, right? The third part is influencing, right? So influencing, the ability to motivate, to challenge, to convince, sometimes even if the employee or the recruit does not like you, and even if they don't like their jobs back. Okay, I want you now to try to reflect on your leadership style. If you have been a manager for the past few years, which of the three do you think you're strongest at? Could you please type in the chat box? I would love to see that. Letter C for command, letter E for equipping, letter I for influencing. Where do you think you're good at? If you think you're good at more than one item, you can give me multiple letters. So I'm looking at the chat box. I'm obviously expecting this. We will have different answers. Some people are typing letter I, letter E. Some people are giving me letter C and letter E. Very good. If I were to answer this question as a motivational speaker, I think I'm good with letter I. However, and I'm going to flip the coin now. Now that you've told me some letters, could you please type in the chat box, which of the three do you think you need to work on more?